Once again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Davison Cardinal Gymnasium here this evening, as our Cardinals play host to the Lightning of Lapeer. At this time, we ask that everyone please stand. The privilege of this game was made possible by those who fought and those who continue to fight for the freedoms that we enjoy. Gentlemen, please remove your caps, standing at attention as we place our hands over our hearts and listen and sing to our national anthem, sung tonight by Davison's own Mr. David Kennedy.
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, came through the
What's up, Davison? Welcome back to your second half of the doubleheader tonight against Lapeer. The girls had a strong game, won 47-30, won by 17, making their winning streak 5. I'm Tyler Updegraff here for your boys game, play-by-play. Now I'm accompanied by
Connor Harris, and I'm going to be their color tonight.
And let's get this game started.
15, Caden Newberry. Number 23.
Starting lineup for Lapeer. Right now, and you can see
by Mr. Jack Phil, Logan Richards, Phil Waditsky, and Josh Bates.
Here, Davison starting lineup. Lights off. Got a camera right there. Cortez Porter. Next up, Austin Kern.
Number 13, Corey Salter.
Then
number 21, Willie McQueen.
Willie McQueen.
And wearing number 23, Blake Shook.
Here's Blake Shook, senior.
The Cardinals are host.
Great matchup tonight. Players keep a big eye out on tonight, the Davison side of things. Willie, Blake, Cortez. Big three guys there, 2 seniors, and Cortez and Blake, and Willie's still just a junior.
Yeah, you know, they look ready and they look amped to, you know, beat the Lapeer Lightning.
Blake wins, tip off. Kari feeds into Blake. Blake fades away. There's your first bucket of the night. Here, 3, long range. 13, Carson Winitsky. Here, McQueen, Coulter, Porter, feeds to Blake. Blake gives it out to Willie. Willie straight back to Cortez. Willie for three, off the mark. Austin Kern on the rebound, straight out to Coulter. Coulter doesn't feed it, a little bit too far to the right. Out of bounds.
You know, Tyler, when you get stressed and pressured, you know, you start to tend to try to do things faster. You try to speed up the pace, and that's what happened that last play, and that's why that pass missed Willie.
Here, Cortez to Willie, Kern, back to McQueen, Porter, inside to Coulter. Coulter posts his guy up. Through a little bit of contact, makes the layup go down. Willie gets the deflection, steals the ball, hands it off to Porter. Blake in. Willie's gonna hand it back to Blake. Blake gets it stripped, recovers, foul.
Lightning foul, number 1, Preddy, his first, team first.
Evan Preddy on the foul. Austin Kern to inbound. And there's a three, Cortez Porter. Here, Lapeer trying to get away from the press. Tough shot, can't get it to go. Porter comes back. Here's Blake, right back to Porter. Is it off to McQueen? McQueen to Kern. Kern out to Porter. Porter, quick feed. Shook. It's in.
You know, Tyler, when you keep the ball moving and keep that in motion, it tends to make the defense kind of split apart, and that's what we saw during that play with Blake being not wide open, but you know, to have enough space away from the defense to be able to make that shot.
Here, Lapeer tries to get a little offense going. Off the mark, Coulter on the rebound. Porter hands it off to Willie. Willie, great feed inside. Nakari Coulter fouled, gonna go to the line, shoot 2 free throws.
Lightning foul, number 1, Preddy, his second, team second. Shooting 2, Cardinal, number 13, Coulter.
Coulter, 2 shots. Drops the first.
On the floor, Lightning, number 30.
Has the second. And he makes it. Puts the cards up. Open shot. Air ball. Student section won't let him forget it. Inbound for Lapeer. Hassan Fries. Fries gets it out. Another 3 off the mark. Aiden Monk thrower can't get anything to go tonight. Cortez Porter shifts in. Tough layup.
You know, you cannot let Cortez get his movement, because once he starts getting in the motion, he can basically break through almost any defense that comes in his way.
Now, inbound.
His first, team first.
Monk thrower. Not over Willie. He'll get it. Coulter just can't grab onto the ball. Out of bounds, Davison's ball. Willie dribbles it, past the timeline. Looking to Cortez. Tez for three. Off the mark. Hassan Fries gives it out to the wing. Inside. Tries to get it back to Fries. Great deflection by Davison to Willie. Outside to Austin Kern. Austin for three. He's got it.
Number 10.
You know, this Davison offense is looking amazing right now. 16-3 already in the first quarter with 3 minutes left. And, you know, they are coming out strong. So far, they've proven that they have a great offense that can control the ball really well and make those plays that are needed. Just like this one right here where Cortez passes to Willie and Willie passes to Austin for that three, you know. It just, the playmaking is there and you can tell.
Yeah, and Cards off to a fantastic start. 16-3, up by 13 points. That's how you want to start your first quarter. Now you're gonna look into the inside. The coach hunting. Cards done fantastic so far. And when we were talking to him earlier today and asked him, what's your defensive game plan? He told us that he's really wanting to press the ball, and he thinks to beat Lapeer, to win, you have to press the ball. It's the easiest way you're gonna get a win. It's how you're gonna do it. That's what they're doing, pressing the ball, not letting up. They're up right now. So we'll see how that press, how that not letting them get anything easy continues.
And it's seeming like it's working right now, Tyler.
Here, Austin gives it to Willie. Tripped up by Fries. Here's McThrower. It's a screen. Moving screen.
Lightning foul, number 30, Olshitnia. His first, team third.
Austin Kern to inbound. Gives it off to Willie. McQueen calls for the play. Finds Austin Kern, and he's hit another.
10, Kern.
Fries. Stolen. Timothy Weaver. He rises up, and it falls.
Weaver Jr.
Great block at the rim. Owen Keltner. Weaver gets inside again. A little too much contact on the play. Refs call a foul.
You know, this team is coming out strong, like I said earlier, and it seems like they're not letting up. They've held Lapeer at 3 points so far with 2 minutes left, and you know, it's just that, like, you know, they're just trying their best, and this proves that they all have very, very good coordination just from the way they are passing. They, like I said earlier, they're moving the ball to where they can find the open man, and that's what's letting them get those threes, get those twos, and that's what's helping them win that game, win this game so far.
Here's Timothy Weaver Jr. Knocks it down. Lapeer. Foul. Robert Smith.
Foul on Cardinal, number 2, Smith. His first, team second.
Monk thrower. Side. Looks for an open guy. Corner 3, no. Kellner tries to throw it back. Out to the top, doesn't work. It's out of bounds. Robert pressing them. Weaver Jr. gets a steal, another tough layup, and that's an and one. Weaver looks unstoppable at the basket.
You know, you just cannot let Timothy Weaver to get those fast breaks, or else, you know, he's definitely going to score.
His first, team fifth. On the floor, Lightning, number 1, Freddie.
He's back at the line here for a 3-point play. Already has 6 for the night. Can he get a 7th? Yes, he can. Here, Kellner with the steal. Robert Smith for 3. He'll also put it in.
Number 2, Robert Smith.
This team's hot. Lapeer trying to generate some offense here. Weaver Jr. got fouled. Looked like he was shoved. Yep, shoving foul. Weaver's gonna go back to the line.
11, Weaver Jr. shoots 2.
Weaver Jr. misses his first.
On the fourth floor here, number 23 tries for the Cardinals, number 4, Jalen McDaniel.
McDaniels to check in for the Cards. Weaver Jr. puts it up, banks it in. Monk thrower gives it up to Fries. Monk thrower looks over to the corner. That's off the mark. Looks like Jalen might have touched it a little bit. It's gonna go out of bounds. Open shot, no. McDaniels for the rebound. Here he comes to Robert Smith on the corner. There you go. That's a triple.
You know, you can just not, apparently you cannot let Robert Smith open.
Two-man press. Foul call on Weaver.
Cardinals foul, 11, Weaver. His first, team third.
Lapeer to inbound.
Sideline to Sparty.
Caden Newberry at the logo. Gives it up to Hassan Fries. Fries drives in. Can't get past McDaniels. Has to give it up. Looks out to the right. Tough fadeaway, gets it to drop. Evan Preddy. Robert Smith, Timothy Weaver Jr. for 3. Long shot off the mark. That'll end our first quarter. Connor, the Cardinals are locked in 33-5 in only one quarter of basketball.
That's an insane score, especially for the first quarter.
Yeah, and we have Brooke on the sideline. Brooke?
Even though Davison is sitting at a record of 7-8, their mindset is still clear, and they're hoping to even that record out to 8-8 with authority against Lapeer. To do this, their goal is to build an early lead and control the game from start to finish. Senior Cortez Porter says they're aiming for a blowout win tonight.
If I'm being honest, just a straight blowout, running clock. Just get in, do what we got to do, and get out. We played them again. We just got to keep competing in practice together and just getting ready for the playoffs.
Here we are. Second quarter.
You know, already starting off that in that first quarter, you can let alone. You can just see that Davison is ready to, just like Brooke said, get even with that record after their 4 last tough games.
Yeah, and here's Lapeer. Aiden McThrower hands it off to Hassan Fries. Hands it out. McThrower for 3. No. He's been cold tonight. Weaver Jr. gives it to Robert Smith. Jr. right back to Robert. Worried about him out beyond the arc. We'll see why right here. That's exactly why. Was worried about letting him get freed up. Robert knocked it down.
His second, team first.
You know, Tyler, so Davison has got to the rough part of their season where they have lost 4 games in a row, which obviously this game they are definitely trying to break that, as you can see with the score. But so they lost to Powers Catholic 65-64, very close game, 1 point, you know. They also lost to Grand Blanc, our rival, 75-53. They lost to Saginaw Heritage with a score of 66-61, and they also lost to Saginaw United with a score of 64-61. All of them pretty close besides that Grand Blanc game.
Yeah, and more things that Coach Hutton said while he's stepping in for Mr. Williams. He said that they really need to get better at closing out close games, especially he said against good teams. Like you see games like against Saginaw Heritage where you were only down about 5 points, games like the Saginaw United game where you were only down 3 points. Just close out games against good teams. That's what he said he's really trying to focus on. And here's Kirby for 3. He's off the mark.
No, going off what you just said, even Powers Catholic with a 1 point loss.
Yeah, and these guys are keeping these games close, but the ones they're losing, it's just tough. They're just trying to get better at closing these games out. Here, Lapeer. Looking around. Yeah, grabs his own rebound on Keltner to block. Here's McDaniels. Out to Robert. Robert from beyond the arc. Robert's reminding me a little bit of Steph Curry.
Yeah, he is.
Out there shooting a lot of threes. Maybe more a little Klay Thompson role, you know, because he hasn't dribbled too much. But Robert's definitely been getting those threes in. And as you know, that famous, was it
On the floor for the Cardinals, 21, Willie.
Klay Thompson, 33 points, was it?
I think so, yeah.
In 14 dribbles,
Yeah. That's an insane amount of points for only 14 dribbles.
if I recall. But just a similar play like that where you get open, shoot it. Here's Willie inside, on the mark.
McQueen.
Here. Roberts rebound. Jalen McDaniels. Grab the ball. Timeout. Excuse me. 37 points and 11 dribbles.
That's
from
even
Klay Thompson.
more, and even less dribbles.
Here, again, that Klay Thompson kind of roll. They kept passing it back and forth on that play where they waited till he got enough space to get that shot off, get him open just enough to knock it down.
You know, those are some of the key moments in getting points. You know, you gotta keep the ball moving, keep the ball active, and try to find those open people for either those threes, for either those twos. You know, it doesn't matter as long as you get those points. And you can see that from Davison with how much they're moving that ball around the arc and inside the paint.
Here, McDaniels. Joseph. Here, McDaniels. Smith gives it back to McDaniels. McQueen. Fade away, off the mark. Great rebound by Colton Bell. Kirby!
Kirby for Michael
Kirby. Jalen McDaniels. Ball rolled away. Michael Kirby on the inbound, wearing 34. It's a familiar number, the basketball world. Giannis Antetokounmpo is on the trade block right now.
Yeah, that's insane because, you know, Giannis is such a key piece to that Milwaukee offense and defense. And, you know, he's been there for enough time to, I think, overstay his stay. You know, he's been there for how many years?
He was drafted in around 2014.
So, yeah, that's a lot of years. And, you know, I think it's about time that they need to move on and try to find the next superstar for their offense.
Yeah, and Giannis is a fantastic player for him, but it's about time to move on from him now. Here, Lapeer for three. Off the mark again, still being held to only single-digit points. Robert, a little bit too high, not enough power. Couldn't get it to McDaniels before that Lapeer deflection.
For the Cardinals, number 5.
A lot of switch up for the starters here.
23.
Vibes are high for this blowout so far.
Kirby staying in.
Michael Kirby to inbound, gives it to Austin. Kern, Porter. Sets up the play. Gives it to Kern. Back up to Porter. Porter from range. Off the mark. In the hands of Lapeer. Here, Monk thrower. Gives it off to Mason Kemp. Kemp gets set a screen. He's gonna drive in. Davison forces another turnover. Can they get onto it? No, Lapeer ball. Here, at the logo, Caden Newberry. Gives it out to Monk thrower. Monk thrower gets in, fadeaway, has space, just off the mark. He can't make any shots of his to go. Has a cold night tonight. Austin for three. Off the mark. Shook gets the rebound, but doesn't get his second try to go. Caden Newberry gives it to Hassan Fries. Fries to drive in, no. Blake Shook, rebound, gives it up to Porter. Porter pushing the pace. Drives in, fantastic layup.
Porter.
Here, Hassan Fries, off the mark. Michael Kirby. Here's Blake. There you go.
Number 23, Blake Shook.
Kind of close to that dunking range right there, Connor. He got pretty high up there. I know. Heard a little bit of talk, hoping to get a dunk tonight. Blake was one of the guys that was mentioned that I heard.
No, I would love to see a dunk tonight, honestly.
I think the biggest guy to get one of those that you're looking at is Willie McQueen. He's done that many times.
Lightning number 3, Grover.
Aiden Monk thrower.
On the floor,
Knocks it down. Labarge check in
ready
for Michael Kirby. Monk thrower off the mark again. Austin Kern to rebound. Cortez Porter. Porter's taking his time. Letting the clock run out. Forcing his man to step up. In a little space. Setting up the play. Labarge. Back to Porter. Has 10 seconds left on the clock. Rises up. Off the mark. Lapeer has to push the tempo. 3 seconds left. 2-1. Shot up by Fries. It's good!
basket counts. Number 23.
What a shot by Hassan Fries. Half court heave. Lapeer still down by a ton, but what a fantastic shot by Hassan Fries. Couple seconds. Here's that replay of that heave.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to
Banks it in.
You know, Tyler, I always love seeing those like half-court shots because it has you on the edge of your seat until it either misses or makes it. And honestly, that was a pretty cool one right there.
Yeah, and Connor, we're gonna send it to the halftime performance, the Palm Course. Brooke will join us after halftime. She's performing in this palm dance, so make sure to look for her.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the center court your Davison Varsity dance team. Davison Varsity dance team. All youth basketball players, males, are invited to the court.
Welcome back from halftime. And some big news this season is the new face that the Davison basketball team has been seeing. Since their head coach has been out for a while, but Coach Hutton has stepped in to take over. Hutton isn't new to this though. He's been the assistant coach for a few years until this season. So the players know him pretty well, and it's made the transition smooth.
As of right now, it's undecided, but Coach Mike might be coming back Monday. It hasn't been that hard because Hutton always been involved with us. It's just a different voice, and we kind of got used to it early in the season, so it was good for us to it really didn't impact us that much. He's doing perfectly fine with it, taking on a big role, and he's not shying away from any pressure, so.
Welcome back after, well, no, this is not even after halftime. We still have like a whole minute, but we are going to talk about that buzzer beater.
Yeah, by Hassan Fries. Fantastic buzzer beater shot. Look at that, a little bit of space, had to throw it up. Boom. 2 angles of it for you, a little closer shot here. A little slow-mo, that beautiful swish to go through, finish out your quarter.
What a way to end a quarter, you know. It's a very, very, well, the Cards are definitely have a huge lead on Lapeer. But, you know, it's still a very good game for the Cards. You know, they are showing that they have a really good offense, and they're showing that, you know, they want to win. They truly want to win. They have that passion, they have that drive to get through and get those buckets that are needed to be able to win this whole game. And we have 23 seconds left before halftime is over.
Yeah, and as Cortez said, even Coach Hutton himself agreed that it's felt like a seamless transition between Coach Mike Williams being out and him being in. They've had 11 games so far. This is their 12th under Coach Hutton.
Well, you know, Tyler, that's just telling you that the team can adjust very easy to anything. You know, they went through, they had their assistant coach step up to the head coach due to, you know, Mike being out, and honestly, I don't see a difference. You know, they are playing exactly like they were playing with Mike in, and it's very impressive because usually that would make or break a team offensively and defensively with possible different play calls and like play styles. But, you know, Hutton, like Hutton said though, they basically train the exact same way. You know, Hutton didn't really change much, I don't think, about the practices.
Yeah, and Lapeer looks a little good right immediately out with that really quick steal by Hassan Fries. Maybe that shot, that buzzer beater, really put something into him. See what goes on. For 3, no. Out. Monk thrower, no. Hassan Fries tries to get in there, but he'll get a call. He'll shoot 2. Another 3-pointer made. That one was attempted by Caden Newberry. Lapeer's really shooting a lot of threes, but they're not making any of them. They're going to Aiden Monkthrower a lot from beyond the arc, but he just seems cold tonight. And Caden Newberry's gotten a couple good shots, but the real offensive guy right now is Hassan Fries with 4 points. Nakari Coulter to McQueen. McQueen out. Shook inside, no. Thrower out. Newberry tries to get around Cortez, can't. Gets a fadeaway. Hook won't go. Out of bounds, Davison's ball.
So Tyler, you said earlier that Robert reminded you of Clay. I have a question for you. Who does Cortez remind you of? Because, you know, Cortez is the leader when it comes to this offense and defense, and overall is a very, very good player. Who does he remind you of?
Cade. He reminds me of Cade Cunningham. You know,
Cade, the man Cunningham?
Cortez reminds me of Cade Cunningham and how he looks at the floor and he's always willing to pass the ball, and he's able to make the shots when he needs to, and that's what you really look from a guy. He doesn't have that same slowing down of the game that you get with Cade, but if you sped up Cade's game,
it would look like his.
It would look like Cortez's. I hear Austin. Kern gives it to Coltner. Coltner to spin. Solid defense, but hit his arm. Coltner's going to line. Nakari Koltner for his first free throw. Beautiful swish. That nice little,
You can hear it too.
you can just hear it. Those new backboard mics.
Very, very nice. I'm very glad we added those, so you can hear the vibration of the rim when it hits, and you can also hear the perfect swish on those free throws, or sometimes even those 3-pointers. I love when I hear a perfect 3-point swoosh.
Love it.
Jump ball. Lightning.
Jump ball. It's gonna be Lightning's ball. Hassan Fries pump fakes me. It's not gonna inbound. It's Carson Widzinski. Here's Hassan Fries. Ball handler gives it to Widzinski. Gives it up top. Evan Preddy. Preddy out to the corner. Widzinski recovers. Top, Preddy, Willie. Finds Fries. Fries thinks about driving in. Too many Davison boys in there. Aiden McThrower gives it back out to Hassan Fries. Lapeer really looking for a good look here. Can't get it, great steal. Here's Willie. Blake. Lob layup.
Almost. That could have been a dunk. That could have been a good alley-oop.
I think I'm happy with a lob layup. Here, Widzinski. Monk thrower, back up to Widzinski. Really running the offense right now. Tries to look, back up. Widzinski for 3. He's off the mark. Just by a little though. A lot of shots that Lapeer has made. They've had some air balls, some really bad shots, but they've also had a lot of good ones that were just barely off the mark. Kari Koltner for an offensive rebound. Can't get the second try to go. Lapeer's gonna grab it. Aiden McThrower. Past the timeline. Davison up 40 now. Hassan Fries. A little bit of contact there. Hassan Fries is on the ball. Tipped. Willie McQueen. Hands it off to Blake. Blake inside. He gets it to go. Timeout.
Davison calls a 30-second
Connor,
timeout.
this game is going good for Davison. They're doing fantastic, and it really doesn't feel like a one person's going off. It's really, if you even look at the box score right now, you're seeing from people like Willie with 4 points, looking at people like Austin with 6 points, Cortez with 7 points. Like, it's really all across the board. Everybody's playing good.
Yeah, I agree with that, Tyler. Yeah, like they all have a decent, like really good scores for, the lead they have. And it's just showing that it's that Davison's not a one-man army. They include everybody in that offense and that defense just to, be able to get those points. They just make sure that no one is left out.
Hassan Fries off the mark. Davison's ball.
Score for the Lightning, number 20, Rotowa.
Fries is checked out. Here, McDaniels. Timothy Weaver. Back to McDaniels. Colton Bell. Back to McDaniels. Watch out for Robert. Oh, he's off the mark. He's gonna send one back up, grab his own rebound, give him 11 points on the night. Robert has had a fantastic tonight. Here, Monk Thrower gets some offense to go. Cutting the lead down to 43. McDaniels three-pointer. Won't drop. Monk Thrower sends it to the wing. Monk Thrower back with the ball. Monk Thrower looks, drives, rises up, off the mark. Weaver Jr. pushing it. He'll send it up. It's in. Here, Lapeer blocked Jalen McDaniels. He said no.
Cardinal foul. Weaver, his third.
Weaver's gonna commit a foul. That's his third foul on the night. Weaver Jr. sends it. Colton Bell. Shot off the glass.
Running clock.
Here. Thrower. Up here. Looking for something on the offensive end. No. Weaver Jr. to Robert Smith. Robert off again. Here, Monk Thrower. Double screen on Robert just to free him up, but he's gonna find a lot of cards in the paint. Kellner sends it up to Bell. Bell just wasn't turned around in time.
And nothing to stop the clock.
That's gonna end your third quarter. Fantastic job by the Cards.
Keeping that lead against the Lapeer Lightning.
Yeah, 59-13. I'm gonna send things to Brooke on the sideline.
This whole game, we've been talking about this blowout win against Lapeer, but honestly, looking at the history between these two teams, Davison has clearly had the upper hand. Over the past several seasons, they've won nearly every matchup against Lapeer, both on the road and at home. That history adds up to Davison's confidence on the court tonight.
Here we are entering our fourth quarter. Close out this Cardinal blowout. Spirits are high for the team. Feeling happy. Finally get close to ending that 4-game loss streak. Really drags you down when you're losing so many, especially when they're close.
Now we got a replay on the Timothy 2-point shot.
Basketball.
It was, you know, like, Timothy is a very, very agile person, and he can definitely get through that defense. Even if he's covered, he can still make those shots.
Yeah, and here Lapeer puts in their second strings to get some good. Kirby rises up, tries to get throw down. A weird play there. Michigan right now 20-7, up by 13. Earlier before the game, I talked with player Braden Mendoza. He's currently injured, been injured for the whole season. But Mendoza had a final score prediction of 72-69. Michigan favor. We'll see how this game progresses.
You know, Tyler, that was a really weird play. You know, they had Kirby up on the rim. They had Robert down there, and then they also had who? That was just a really weird play. I don't think I've ever seen anything. Oh, Kirby's going for that dunk.
Kirby tried to get a lob. Robert was there. It was just a little bit weird placement. It was tough. Kirby rose. They're really trying to get one tonight.
Refs are not liking it though.
Refs aren't a fan. Foul
Lightning 4, Kemp.
on Mason Kemp.
Team first.
Another foul, number 4, Mason Kemp.
Lightning 4. His third, team second. On the floor, Lightning 15, Newberry.
Here. Weaver gives it off. Weaver for 3, long range. Off the mark. Great rebound by Bell, and he gets the second shot to go. Robert's not allowing it. Hassan Fries is able to get the ball. Fries in. Foul.
On the floor, Cardinal, number 4, McDaniel.
Comes in Jalen McDaniels. Jack LaBarge.
You know, they left Kirby out there, so maybe you never know, he might try for that dunk again.
He might. The refs seem to not like his dunk attempts. I don't know how many times Coach Hutton's gonna let him do it. Daniels just couldn't get to the ball. .22.
Cardinal foul, 22, Keltner, his first. Team
Owen
first.
Keltner.
Lapeer takes a timeout. Stopping the clock at 4:18 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and if I do a little bit of quick math, that shout out Mr. Corey Miller, my math teacher, Algebra 2. Let him know Davison is up 49 right now. It's just a great win for the Cards. These guys are just having fun at this point, enjoying this game, being happy.
That might be why Kirby is taking that risk at those dunks.
We are gonna toss things to Brooke.
Lightning foul, number 23, Rise.
It's super fun to come to high school games, and it makes me learn a lot for my basketball season.
Thank you so much, and I'll send it back over to Tyler.
Yeah, and Brooke had a little interview with the youth, today's youth night. Got to ask some of the kids bout tonight. They get to watch some good Davison basketball. Kirby sends it out to McDaniels. Shook. Keltner, Shook again. To LaBarge. LaBarge just can't keep a hold of it.
On the floor, Lightning, number 12, Lanning, number 30, Lapeer.
Jalen McDaniels. Here's Keltner for three. Off the mark. Bell's down there to grab it. Kirby and one.
You can see the team picking him back up after he fell on his back, getting that, and one. Just trying to congratulate him that he's getting some points.
Yeah, and here, Michael Kirby puts one up. Can't get the three-point play to go, but just fantastic plays by him. Shot, Lapeer, no. Daniels just can't get to the ball again.
Cardinals foul, 34, Kirby, his first 2 seconds.
Here, Hassan Fries. Lapeer looking. Fries. Here, corner, no. And Brooke, reattempt that interview. A little bit of technical difficulties. Brooke.
The energy on this sideline is still very strong. They're getting very loose, very excited. I see some funniness, and especially in these youth basketball players. I have one right here with me. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're feeling tonight?
I'm feeling excited because I know that Davison's probably going to win it. It's 66-15. So yeah, let's go Davison.
Thank you so much.
And there's Michael Kirby for three. Here, Hassan Fries. Three-pointer, Lapeer. Off the mark again. Can't get the three-pointers to go. It's going to be off Davison.
Doesn't stop the clock, though.
No.
With the last, about a little bit less than 30 seconds left of the final and last quarter of this game.
Here, Hassan Fries. Looks. There's a fire. There's a three. Lapeer triple. Carson Wodzinski. Jalen McDaniels gonna dribble it out. That's gonna end your game. 69-18. Cards blowout win. 51 points. Ending their 4-game losing streak. This is a fun one tonight, Connor.
Yeah, these boys have definitely been working hard, especially on offense and defense, trying to improve, even with the struggles of losing their coach for a little bit. They are definitely they're definitely trying their hardest. You can definitely tell from their play style and just how amped they are to get back out there and continue and hopefully continue that winning streak.
Yeah, and a lot of players had a fantastic night. And one of those players is Michael Kirby. We're gonna send it to the sideline, Brooke, with Kirby.
You have put 8 points up on the board tonight. How did you do that?
I really just shot. I played my role, set on the wing, and got open shots, and I made them.
Now you have a 9-game winning streak since 2021. How does Davison do that?
We work hard every day at practice, and that's really it.
And what do you think about all this excitement and love you're getting right now?
I love it. I think we're coming together as a team more, and once we get into like districts and playoffs, I think we'll come together more and be more of a team.
Final question, what are you going to do to prepare for the next game?
Practice hard every day. Listen to Coach Hutton. He's been a great fill-in for Coach Mike, and that's really it.
All right, thank you so much, and I'll send it back to Tyler. Thank you.
Thanks, Brooke. And you'll be seeing Cardinal basketball again on the next Tuesday against Bay City Western. Be our next DTV broadcast with another doubleheader. Fun night like this. Connor, anything to add about tonight?
You know, I don't feel like this is going to stop Davison, and they are going to keep winning. I have my hopes.
Yeah, February 10th is going to be that doubleheader. Bay City Western, Powers.
Another very tough.
Very tough guys.
Opponent.
They're very good. And we'll see you later. Have a great night, Davison.